And we now go back to John Dickerson in New York with more tonight. John?
As you might expect, Americans have hailed the election of Pope Leo from his hometown of Chicago all the way to the White House. More now from CBS's Ed O'Keefe.
The way the Sisters of Mercy in Philadelphia reacted today is how many American Catholics did when they heard the news. They gathered outside churches.
Very exciting, an American Pope.
And bells rang out nationwide, including at the Pope's alma mater, Villanova University. At St. Matthew's Cathedral in Washington, Bunting, mourning the death of Pope Francis, made way for a celebration of a new pope tonight.
Come together to rejoice.
Among those moved by the news, Debbie Figgenshaw.
I was kind of crying while I was watching TV, and I just thought I wanted to come and say a prayer and start being a practicing Catholic again, because I felt so good about it.
So he brought you back?
So kind of, yes.
Ashton Adams came too.
I'm from Kansas City, so I love to see a Midwest boy win. That's very exciting for me. I feel like we should, as a country, send him a deep dish pizza, just to say congratulations.
At the White House, President Trump celebrated the news.
To have the Pope from the United States of America, that's a great honor.
Vice President J.D. Vance, who converted to Catholicism nearly 6 years ago, also congratulated the new pontiff. Vance drew criticism from church leaders, including then Cardinal Prevost, earlier this year, over his interpretation of the definition of Christian love. Former President Joe Biden, the second Catholic president, wished him success, and former President Barack Obama congratulated a fellow Chicagoan.
So, Ed, you cover politics normally. How do you, in this moment, see this intersection between the first American Pope and your normal beat, the traditions of American politics?
Well, John, if the most American thing a kid can dream is that anybody can grow up to be president in this country, what does it say now that American Catholic boys, at least, can realistically dream that they could one day become Pope? It's a real change in the American experience. And we discovered today that Pope Leo has actually participated in a very American thing. He voted. According to Illinois state records, we don't know who exactly he voted for, whether it was in person or absentee, but he voted in last November's election. He voted in the 2016 Republican primary, even the 2008 Democratic primary. So he's done that. And the other thing Catholics and non-believers alike are likely going to be watching for very closely in the coming weeks and years is how his pastoral views on immigration contrast with President Trump and Vice President Vance, and to what extent the Pope decides to make that contrast public.